Hey guys, and welcome to my channel. This video is a viewer requested video in which we are going to be talking about the somatic narcissist, okay? Because I haven't made a video specifically and fully just talking about somatic narcissism, although I have made videos that talk about, their traits, okay? So before I get into that, welcome to my channel for all my newcomers, and thank you for coming back. For those that are revisiting, feel free to like and subscribe to my channel. I have over 300 videos here to help you understand narcissistic abuse, heal from narcissistic abuse, do the shadow work, and just basically increasing your emotional maturity in life, all right? And I have a support group, guys, on Facebook that you guys are welcome to be a part of, and that's Lakia Reflection and Progression Crawford. All that information is under the description. I also offer coaching, and I do this over voice calls. I do Skype, and I do FaceTime over WhatsApp, and I also do email coaching, as writing can be therapeutic as well. If you visit LakiaCrawford.com, you will see down the appointment tabs where you can just schedule an appointment with me, and you can see all the services that I offer there. I also have No Narc Zone merchandise on my website, LakiaCrawford.com, as well. Cute little t-shirts with matching hats, and I even have the coffee mug. It's a fun way to just be stylish and have fun through your healing of narcissistic abuse. So you're also welcome to check that out. And I have books, guys. You can buy them through my website. If you do, you'll get signed copies. And those are delivered straight from me. Other than that, they are also available on Amazon, Barnes & Nobles, and Create Space. All right. So something else that can help you on your healing journey. And I highly recommend. That information is down in the descriptions as well. All right, so let's get into the topic of the somatic narcissist. Well, the word somatic comes from the Greek word soma, and that means body. So this narcissist is going to be body focused. All right. So let's go into deeper what that could look like, or what it does look like, basically. This person could be a sex addict. They're typically hypersexual. They're basically self-medicating themselves, their inner pains with sex. For the guys and the girls, they could be gem rats. This person is typically obsessed with their body image. The guy may be taking the supplements. He might even be a physical trainer. The women, somatic narcissists, may be obsessed with, their looks and their figure, and they're both very shallow and superficial. She may be hooked on her hair and her makeup, maybe into plastic surgery, just like that whole Barbie thing. So basically they're working through the physicality of things, and they're using their vanity and to cover up their insecurities. And they're doing this from basically a superficial context. So what are they doing? What are these somatic narcissists doing? They're using people for sex. Okay, they're using that sexual attention to stroke their egos. And this is helping them wear the false mask and hide from their true insecurities, which is why they are acting out in this manner. The female somatic narcissists are using it to find sugar daddies, to find men to take care of them. Okay. So they're going to use their looks and their charm and their sexuality to try to, get a man to take care of them. Both male and female somatic narcissists think that everybody wants them. This is the delusion that they have. And let you come along and be the one that don't want them. Oh boy, this might actually really turn them on because they want that challenge. They want to have that conquer, particularly for the males. You know, they're going to get a high off of the number of conquests. You know, they might want to flaunt their muscles or their strength, you know, everything that's external. Okay, but try to get internal with them. Try to talk about, you know, empathy with them, and the conversation is going to go dry. All right, the male somatic narcissist, they don't really care about the monogamy. The female somatic narcissist may want that because she wants to be taken care of. And it doesn't mean that she won't cheat and have many guys taking care of her. But if she could strike that big one, you know, it might suffice her unless she finds someone that's bigger. And of course, she'll cheat on him to upgrade. But the male somatic narcissist, you know, they don't care so much for monogamy, although they'll pretend like they do to seal the deal, to get the conquer, you know. And then, you know, they might play these switch and bait games, even though they are using that hypersexuality. You might find they might pull it off the table. They might blow hot and cold with it. You know, it's manipulation. They're using it for manipulation. That's the thing to understand about the somatic narcissist in general. Although they can be sex addicts, it's not the sex itself. It is what they're using that sex to get, to brush their ego. So snatching it off the table and having you miss it, or, you know, whatever they're using to manipulate it, that's stroking their egos even more. And then they'll determine, you know, okay, when do I want to give this person, you know, the sex again? And, you know, so this is all exciting for them. So it's not just about getting with someone and having sex nonstop around the clock, although they might do these things to secure supplies, you know, particularly early in the relationship. Okay. So their significance, you know, it's coming off of their sexuality at that point. All right. So yes, lots of cheating, usually lots of unfaithfulness, and, you know, love triangles and just rings, particularly with the somatic male narcissist. You know, he might be the guy that has, you know, 6 kids with 6 women. You know, they're starting things and not finishing it because it was never built on anything solid. You know, it was built on the quicksand anyway, you know, built out of hay to be blown right down. So, you know, get the backdrops when you're meeting people in your life and you're seeing like these whole line of relationships, you know, not finishing and just procreating life here and there and everywhere. And the women could do this as well, because when they're doing it, the somatic narcissist women, you know, they're collecting the child support. So yeah, even if she's going on to the next guy, okay, well, I'm getting a check for 18 years from this guy, because they're not going to just have a child with a man that, you know, can't provide for her. And that's what she's trying to secure through having the children. So it's not, you know, again, it's not out of love, you know. And when you guys hook up with people like this, you know, they're going to be lacking in other areas of their life, of course. So they may be able to please you when they want to, when they choose to sexually. But yeah, they're going to be lacking the emotional maturity, you know. They could be lacking in finances. They're certainly going to be lacking in love. So there are a lot of things that you're giving up, you know, when you stay in these relationships. All right. And even if you say, oh, well, I'm cool with just having a booty call, you know, if you feel like that, still, I would encourage you to, you know, be with someone in their right mind, even if you were just living your life that way, because anything could lead to anything. And you're exposing yourself to STDs because these people are sleeping around. And even though they are very body focused, they're not health focused, obviously, So chances are they're not getting these STD tests. As long as they look good externally, that's what they're going to go off of. And their ego will tell them, I look too good, to catch an STD. I'm too fine. I'm too sexy. I'm too hot. So, they're on the surface themselves. So if you look clean, I look clean, we must be clean, and obviously that's not going to be the proper way of judging a situation. Okay. So let's talk about why people get hooked on them. Obviously, quickly we can see where the soul tie will come into place here. If you're meeting up with this narcissist, and perhaps maybe you feel like your life was void of affection before they came into the picture, perhaps. And this may have made them appealing to you, and it's like, oh, I was missing this. And then they're overflowing it to you, right? And you're enjoying that honeymoon of the relationship where they're just, you're just getting all this affection that you've been missing. And it feels like, you're really connecting with this person. And it may even feel like, it's passionate and you guys are making love, and it's not, But we don't realize that often until afterwards, because we're still on the high from the orgasms and the sex and the pleasures of that. But, as we evolve in our own emotional maturity, we can differentiate making love with, just the act of sex and the physical pleasure that comes to the flesh just through having sex, void of the love being in there. Okay. So, the other thing is sometimes we see things in the narcissist that we didn't see in ourselves. Sometimes we gravitate towards that partner. So maybe if that female somatic narcissist got with what people would consider a square guy, and she's just exciting and she's glamorous to them, and, all the superficiality and the designer and the makeup and the sparkly, this is how they're presenting, right? So this is exciting to this quote unquote square person. And it's like, oh, well, this is fun. I want to be around this person. And maybe, that image makes this person feel or look better about themselves, or it's bringing a certain type of excitement into their life, So there's a running trend right here as to why we are getting hooked up with these somatic narcissists. And of course is looking externally, having external things, trying to have external things to fill our cups, But if we were filling our own cups with a fulfilled life, filling our own cups with, our own happiness and excitingness, is that a word? When other people come along, they can add to it, but it's not like we're relying on them to give us that, So, running off of our flesh, running off of our feelings, confusing compatibility, because a lot of times people get confused about quote unquote sexual compatibility and a relationship compatibility, because, other things, and not to say that sex is not important in a romantic relationship between, two consenting adults, but there are other things that have to be able to be present. And that's that emotional maturity. So that's what the communication and the trust, that usually the somatic narcissist is taking off the table with their infidelities and cheatings, and, they're blowing hot and cold. So it's unreliable and typically inconsistent. Now, I'm only going to say typically because it's true that, if they really feel like you're like the best person or basically the best supply that they've ever met, and they really want to seal the deal with you, then yeah, that's when You know, they want to move in with you or get married to you. You know, they're going to want to take it to another level, but what goes up always comes down, right? So even that wouldn't last forever, even though it could be more of a prolonged sustaining in that situation, because, you know, you have what they want, you know. So, you know, we just got to take a look inside of ourselves and do our own shadow work and fill up our own cups and heal our own wounds, of course, and know that we're valuing ourselves, that we love ourselves, that we approve of ourselves, and we don't need, you know, external things to do this. All right. And that way, when this person comes, you'll see through this plasticness, because you're not going to be like in this place of desperation, in this place of need, in this place of drought, you know what I mean? Where it's like, it's going to have you distracted, basically. Okay. So, you know, I don't want to draw out any of my videos, but I think that I pretty much covered here what this somatic narcissist or somatic narcissism is hitting for. Okay. I mean, this is a narcissist that has a sense of entitlement, you know. They're very disillusioned. They think everybody wants them. You give them attention. They think that's basically you saying, yes, I want sex. Oh, you know, this is how their mind is working. You know, they push for sex quickly in relationships, generally speaking, because they know that's their selling point, you know. That's what they want to hook you with. All right. So they're mastering their charm and their attentiveness during the love bomb phase. Okay. They're mastering what they would call their sexual skills, you know. And this is what they're going to use you for. And the female, she's going to be provocative. She's going to be what society says is hot. You know, she's keeping up with that, and she wants to look just like that. All right. The man, he's on the prowl, you know, getting all the notches in his belt that he can. And that's the ego boost for him. All right. So we got to be careful out here. We got to be careful because, you know, someone that just wants to lead with their body, obviously there's an imbalance with that person, and you will soon find out where that imbalance is and how disconnected they are to themselves, right? And that, of course, is going to lead to a weak relationship as far as a healthy relationship is going, you know. And even if you just, like I said, kept it sexual with them, there's a whole bunch of other issues that could come with that we already discussed, all right? All right, guys. So if this video resonates with you, go ahead and hit the like button. If you haven't done so already, please feel free to subscribe to my channel. Hit the bell so that you can be notified when I upload videos, all right? I have over 300 videos already on the channel. I put them into playlists so that you can find and jump into different topics. I will put this under my narcissist and sex playlist. So there are already videos in there that you can go ahead and watch. All right. I have the motivational playlist for those that are healing from narcissistic abuse. For the days that you're feeling triggered, down and out, don't want to get out of bed, depressed, you know, we have those moments in the healing process, all right? So please check that out. Over 30 videos in that playlist to uplift you. And I do private coaching. That will take your healing to the next level. These videos are very general, and a lot of times we can't see things when we're in the fire, in the thick of it. And even when we've come out of it, we're just like, what in the world just happened? And you need someone to help you provide that clarity, help you get those answers, and send you on the best path of treatment for your healing process so you can move faster. All right. All right, guys. So just take care because, we enjoy sex. Sex is a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful gift. But if we abuse it or if we are reckless and irresponsible with it, there are many people that can share their stories of a disappointment and, just in traumatic experiences. All right. Be careful, guys. And until next time, please take care.